Hello there. Like I said, we're doing a makeup just based on Jewish leaders' products. Thankfully, the Estee Lauder brand, which is Jewish owned, is massive and contains a whole range of beauty brands, which has really helped me because otherwise I'd be struggling. So I'll start off with skincare, and I'm using this Clinique Moisture Lotion, which again is owned by the Estee Lauder brand. I'm just pumping 2 pumps and applying all over my face. I'm going to start off with my brows. I don't have any brow products which are owned by Jewish brands, so I'm just going to spool them out. And then I have this eyeshadow palette by Clinique, so I'll just be using the dark brown color to fill in those gaps where I have some. So I'm just taking an eyeshadow brush here, an eyebrow brush here, and then just placing that dark brown color onto my brows. Thankfully, this is a good match, and it's actually my travel palette, which I'll use exactly in this manner quite often. You know, it's not perfect, but it's alright, we'll do the job. Today I'll be doing slightly different, and I'll be starting with my base. So for that, do I have any extreme areas of darkness? Just maybe under the eyes. So I'm going to use Corrector by Bobbi Brown. This is a fantastic product. It basically covers up the darkest of your dark circles. Just corrects the brownness with the opposite color, which is beige. And you just place it on the areas where you have extreme darkness. You don't want it to use it like a concealer, but instead you want it to use it as sort of a base before you go in with the concealer, so that your darkest spots are covered and have a little bit more to go by. Thankfully, I also have a concealer by Bobbi Brown, so I'm going to be placing this in the corner of my eye and then just tracing a wee pattern with small dots, not using too much product here. Again, in the corner of my eye, and then just tracing a wee with small dots. I'll be blending the concealer using this concealer brush by Bobbi Brown, and then just dabbing it into my skin. I'm also using concealer on other dark areas of my face, so that would be around the lips, on top of the lips, around the mouth rather, and then on the bottom corner there. And again, blending it in with this concealer brush. Next, I'll be using the Bobbi Brown foundation, but because it's just a casual look and I'm just going out for dinner with my friends, I'll be using a very sheer layer, just maybe 1 coat, and just a little bit around my neck, don't forgetting the décolletage, and then just blending it all through with the Bobbi Brown foundation brush. I'm just using circular motions here to spread the product, and as you can see, it's a very light but super gorgeous finish. And it's very much buildable, so if I wanted to, I could go in with another layer. In fact, normally I'd use 2 swipes of that foundation stick, but today I'm just going for a very light finish. And I never put any foundation specifically on my forehead because it doesn't really need much product, and the forehead is generally a little bit lighter than the rest of your face, so if you put foundation on your forehead as well, then you'd be wearing very visible makeup, because this would not match up with the rest of your face. And again, your neck is slightly lighter than your foundation, so you want to make sure whatever foundation you're putting on is blended down your neck and also onto all visible areas of whatever you would be wearing. Otherwise, you'd have this super harsh line between the face and the neck. Even if it's a very smooth finish, even if it's a very beautiful looking thing, you don't want that harsh finish, so make sure you blend it down your neck. because I want to show you a full makeup look and I'm challenging myself using limited products. I'm going to be using a contour and highlight as well, and thankfully I have this Bobbi Brown contour stick, essentially a darker foundation. I'm going to be placing this for my face. This is the top of my jawline, and I'm just going to be placing it on that jawline down towards the hollows of my cheek. So again, on the top of my ear, and putting a line just on the hollows of the cheek. And I'll be using the same foundation brush because you want the product to be blending between your foundation and the dark shade. And I'm going to be using this upward motion to blend it into the cheek, also to give myself that lift. Never a downward motion, just always up, 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 and just buffing that through. Okay, I've looked and I definitely don't have a blush by any of these Jewish brands, including Estee Lauder. So I'm being forced to use this Clinique palette, the travel palette, and I'll be using a lipstick to suffice for blush today. Ooh, which shade should I use? I know that the lipstick goes lighter when you convert it to a blush. I'm going to use this dark mauve looking one, this dark pink looking one, and hope for the best. Just going to be taking this with my fingers, placing it on the apples of my cheeks, and blending it through with the same foundation brush. Okay, it's not too bad. Definitely gives me a good wash of color, which is what I was going for. Okay, in fact I might just do one more coat. So I'm dipping into my finger again, placing it on the same point. Oops. And then buffing it out quickly before it becomes a stain. Now for highlighter, again, I don't have any Estee Lauder brands, but I got this sample from Sephora. This is a Becca liquid highlighter. It's got 3 shades in this sachet. It's called Passion, Creativity and Strength. I really don't know what the colors mean for these words. So, well, I'm feeling creative, so I'll just go in for the creativity one. Hope it matches. I'm actually running out of my Tarte Radiance drops, which I use as a liquid highlighter, so maybe this will be a new buy. It's come out beautifully. Look at that golden sheen. It just looks so gorgeous. It's like a creamy texture. Again, I'm just going to be placing this on the high points of my face. This may be a bit much. I think you only need a very little. Okay, so I'm just dabbing this on. I love how golden it is, because I have some left over. Just use it on my nose, on my chin, and I'll go in with my foundation brush again to blend it through. Okay, it's not as shiny once you've blended it, and you have to blend it. Okay, I was wrong. I think it was just the angle. Look at that glow. Oh, this is really nice. I'll try out the other 2 shades, but yes, for a liquid highlighter, this is just so beautiful. Yeah, this is better than the Radiance drops I was using. Definitely going to go and buy this one. Now I have to figure out a way to store this half-used sachet carefully. I don't normally do a nose highlight, so this button here is a little bit strange for me. We'll see, maybe I can just powder it off in the end. Anyway, now that my base is done and I've done my brows, I'll go into the eyes. And today again, I don't have any eyeshadows from any brands owned by Estee Lauder, so I will go for this Too Faced Melted Chocolate Matte eyeshadow. Just come to the rescue, really. And I want to be using this as a graphic liner look, something I've been wanting to try for a long time. So this is the thinnest brush I've got. So I've got this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow brush, and I want a really thin tip, so I'm going to be using this tip. I'm brushing it with the color here, and then I want to you do the usual, look straight into the mirror and connect the bottom eyelid to the top of the eyebrow. But because this is a floating eyeliner look, I want to take it a bit upwards, higher than normal, so I'm going to be stamping it here. Okay, that's nice. And then I'm going to draw a line following my crease but floating, so it's going to be above my normal crease. Go. Okay, I'm just going to perfect that in a bit. I'm just going in with a Q-tip dipped in micellar water to clean up a few mistakes before it dries down. Okay, I added a little bit more into the inner corners here, but that's it. That's the graphic floating eyeliner look. I'm going to top it off with this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Locally it's called Better Than Love. And as usual, look down into the mirror, 4 coats on the top of the lashes on the upper side, and then go really close to the bottom of the lashes, coat them in color, and wiggle it through, and then slowly run your mascara along the lashes, and then again wiggle it through, never forgetting the bottom lashes. Then going in with my Bobbi Brown lipstick, and I want to keep this neutral because they've got this graphic eyeliner going on. So I'm just using this neutral rose shade. And that's it. I'm done. So I'm going to set it all off with the MAC translucent powder, because at the end of the day I still have to wear a mask and I want to protect some of this makeup. I'm just going to dust this translucent powder everywhere, but particularly in the areas where I'll be wearing the mask. So that's the cheek, it's the jawline. I don't want to place it too high because I don't want to take away this highlight here, but definitely on the jaw here, and a little bit on the nose, definitely the forehead. Finally on my lips. Okay, so that's it. I'm done. I still have got some highlight here showing, and I've set my makeup. Thanks for watching again.